which is an open world farming game set
Mm-hmm.
in a fantasy town
Okay.
named Magica. I named the town Magica,
Mm-hmm.
and where we will be playing as the farmer Zacharias.
Mm-hmm.
Will be his.
So hello everyone. Today we have a very special guest on our channel. We have Hamza, who's working on a game called Sky Harvest that looks a little bit like this. So Hamza, would you like to give a small introduction of yourself?
Hello everyone. Myself Hamza. I am from Delhi. I am 28 years old, and I've been developing games from as long as I can remember. Game development has always been my passion, and but it was not the first thing that I started working. We'll get into that later, and I can really tell you that game development is a huge thing. If you
Mm-hmm.
are passionate about it,
Definitely.
you can make millions of dollars
Dollars.
living in India
Yeah.
from your home.
Yes. So Hamza, how did you get started? Like, how did you come into game development? Because in India, there's not much hype. People say become a web developer, become a software developer, Android developer. How did you choose game development out of all those things?
Earlier, my elder brother, he's a
Mm-hmm.
website developer.
Yeah.
So he told me a little bit about developing websites and all. So I started working as a website developer. I
Mm-hmm.
started learning about website development, but then I wasn't very focused on that. So
Mm-hmm.
my brother told me that you should start maybe on app development for
Mm-hmm.
Android and iOS. So I
Right.
started looking into it, but that was also not very motivating for me. So
Mm-hmm.
as a gamer since my childhood, I've been playing
Mm-hmm.
games from when I was 3 years old.
Yeah.
So I thought that I spent so much time on games. Why not maybe learn how to make games? So I went over the YouTube and saw the tutorials and a few things about game development. And that's when I pondered upon the Unity game engine. And since then, my life has been changed. I've been developing games since then.
Okay. So how did you become a indie game developer, solo game developer? Why did you not go into a company working as a game developer with a stable job?
I started learning game development from the second year of
Mm-hmm.
my college. That was
Yes.
in around 2014.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, uh, and after that, I got a job. After college, I got a job in 2017
Mm-hmm.
as a game developer only.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
while I was working, I got an opportunity to get my asset on the front page of the asset store in
Mm-hmm.
2017 only,
Okay.
which made me huge profits. Because of which I was able to showcase that in
Hmm.
front of my parents. As you all know, Indian parents
Yeah.
really want
You
that
need to have money.
security.
Yeah.
Yes, you need to have financial security
Yes.
before you can
Quit your
take this.
job. Hmm.
Yes, before we can quit your job or maybe think about having a business, you need to show security, which is a nice thing.
Hmm. Which is
I
true.
guess
Needed. Yeah.
which is a nice thing, which is a really practical thing.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
So as they saw that I'm able to financially secure in this game development industry on my own without having a job, my parents were okay with it. And since then, I've been working as a solo game developer.
Hmm. 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 So tell us more about your current game, the game that you're working on. What technologies did you get started with? Did you have to code, or what basically you had to learn to come to a position to make this game?
Yeah. So I always like the open world games from
Mm-hmm.
GTA to Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed, like all timelines, like modern or medieval or any time. I love open world games. And recently I've been playing Stardew Valley also. That is
Mm-hmm.
a farming game, and I really love this combination of having an open world farming game. So that's why I just wrote down a lot of concepts and how to have a farming game on an open world. Because in a farming game, you need to have a farm, but if the game is open world, the farm can be limitless. So
Hmm.
to shorten that, to remove this, I thought about having a farm on a floating island, which can float above the city, and below is the open world. So that's where the idea of having of creating the Sky Harvest came to my mind. And I chose the Unity game engine because as a technology, as a main engine where we can where I'm developing the game, only because I've been using this from so long, and
Hmm.
there are very great games which are made inside the Unity,
Yeah.
from
Hmm.
Temple Run to Angry Birds, from the Dead Trigger to a lot of other games. They are all made with Unity. Like
Hmm.
90% of the top 100 games are made with
Hmm.
Unity.
Unity.
50% of the whole games are made with Unity. So there are a lot of resources available online, freely available, paid available, uh, which can really speed up the progress. And right now, as I'm working solo, I think because of the resources and the community that Unity has, I am only able to do that because of them.
Hmm. That was my next question actually. As you've been working solo on this game, how hard would you say it is to work on it alone? Because you had to do everything, right? From the characters, animation, storyline, everything.
Yes,
How has
yes.
it been?
It's been a roller coaster ride. I've been working from the 1st of May.
Hmm.
Actually, I have a full time job as well as a game developer. I mean, not a job,
Hmm.
but I have contracts with other publishers and gaming companies
Hmm.
of
So you
providing them
freelance
games.
time to time.
Yes, yes,
Hmm.
kind of freelancer.
Hmm.
So I have to find a way to make my own project. This is my own project. This is
Hmm.
self funded by me only. So it is very hard to find time to make this as it is an open world and it requires like full
Hmm.
time. Uh, what was your question again? Sorry.
Yeah. How hard has it been?
Yeah, so it has been a very hard journey as of now, but but I really like doing game development, so I can't say that it is hard. I really enjoy
Hmm. As long
making
as
games.
it's your passion, right?
Yes,
You can
yes,
do it alone even.
yes.
Hmm.
If you were to ask me like if I have to choose between two things, playing game or making game, I always choose the latter one of making a game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely, definitely. So, in India, game development is not that preferred. If someone goes to their parents and say, I want to be a game developer, they would not be met
Yes,
with
yes, yes.
encouragement. So, what would you say to people who want to be game developer, what they can do? How is the financial security? How is the opportunity? What can they do to, have a good future in game development?
Uh, from if I can say, I've been working almost a decade as a game developer, and till now I haven't met. I don't know if I can say this. I haven't met a single game developer who can prove me that he is a good game developer. The one that I require of my expertise, that of my level that I really need,
Mm-hmm.
because in India there are a lot of people, but you can't find out of 1 billion people, you can't find like a million people who can do your job that you
Mm-hmm.
really want.
Yeah.
So in India right now, people want to do a lot of things, but they're not willing to learn a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. True.
There is a learning curve.
There is a
Uh,
learning curve. Yeah.
if you can get over the learning curve, you can make good amount of money. And
Mm-hmm.
if you can make good amount of money, there's no set of parents in India who can
Will be,
help
yeah,
help
not
you.
not
Yeah,
encourage you. Yes.
yes, yes. So the only thing that can encourage your parents and to if you want to win their trust, the only thing that you have to do is to learn
Hmm.
and prove that you can make money.
Yeah, so like definitely in game development, sky is the limit, right? Especially if you choose to become a
Yes,
freelance developer, you can earn up to millions and millions of dollar if your game really, goes up to that
yes,
sky high
yes.
level. What about the learning curve? What would you suggest students can do to get ahead of the learning curve? Because a lot of people might feel it is a little bit tough. What would you say? You know,
Yes. Just don't start with making your first game as a GTA game. Yeah, you should
start
start
small.
making. Yes, yes. Always start small, and the more you make, the more you're going to learn.
Hmm.
It's not and the tutorials are always limited, and don't limit yourself to the tutorials. Just think about a very small idea of like first clone the games, small games like Flappy Bird or Temple Run. Just clone these games, and as you mastered these, you are able to create anything.
So, what about the resources? Would you say there are adequate resources, or what courses or resources to follow to learn these things properly?
There are a lot of resources available, courses available, degree
Mm-hmm.
courses available of diploma in various places of in almost every university and
Mm-hmm.
every institute that I know of. Uh, but I guess I wasn't very fortunate enough to know about them from the beginning.
Yeah.
So my only reliable source was YouTube. So everything I learned was freely available on the YouTube. So I would suggest that before jumping into course, paying anything to
Hmm.
any course, just do a little bit of your own research. Give 15 days to yourself. Believe in yourself for 15 days and try to make something from learning from those free resources that are available on the YouTube.
Hmm.
Practice is a very nice channel, and there are other channels like Thomas Brush, and there are all Black Sound Prod. There are a lot of other channels which you can learn almost everything about Unity for free.
Mm-hmm.
So I would suggest going into those channels and learning basics and intermediate of the Unity and other game engines also. So you will be able to know if you really want to do the game development or not.
Definitely, definitely. So at the end, I want to circle back to your current game. What would you say about your current game? Like, how have you made it? What all things are interesting in there? Tell us a little about your current game, the main project that you're working on.
Currently, I'm working on the Sky Harvest, which is an open world farming game set
Mm-hmm.
in a fantasy town
Okay.
named Magica. I named the town Magica,
Mm-hmm.
and where we will be playing as the farmer Zacharias,
Mm-hmm.
will be his name, and his goal is to manage the farm on
Hmm.
the floating island and to supply the crops to the city town folks below. To
Mm-hmm.
and you will be building relationships and
Mm-hmm.
friendships along the way, and there will be a lot of quests that which you have to complete in order to gain some rewards,
Mm-hmm.
and there will be a dedicated farming system,
Mm-hmm.
cooking system,
Mm-hmm.
because the player will be having his own restaurant in
Yeah.
the town.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
the player will be having two choices: either supply the crops to the town or supplies those crops to his restaurant below.
Restaurant. Mm-hmm.
So, this will be a dilemma that players will be facing, and this is the game that I'm working on right
Mm-hmm. So this is a very unique concept, because there are farming games available, but in most of them it's just like it's a small place in the phone you have to click and then
now.
collect the
Yes,
crops.
yes,
But first time I'm seeing
yes.
that it's open world. You can actually go and like fly to the farms, run to the farm, walk to the farm. So it's a very great concept that you're working on.
Thank
I
you,
would give the link
thank you,
to the game Steam link in the description. You guys can check it out and wishlist it for future release. So thanks a lot, Hamza, for coming on my channel and telling
thank
us
you,
more
Ajay.
about the idea of game development. I hope it will
Thank you,
help a
Ajay.
lot of
Thank you so
students.
much for having me. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.